Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and this week the most recent PTR update came in earlier than most expected, and so far the most recent update has been quite special. We know that druids are planned to get new animal forms as part of the Emerald Dream update, but most of these have not been ready for testing just yet, though it looks like the new BOOMKIN forms have been able to slip past into the barbershop. Besides this, we got even more raid and dungeon testing, as well as even more additional class updates. And while we don't have a release date for the patch 10.2 just yet, BlizzCon is right around the corner. And there's a good chance that 10.2 could be dropping soon after, which gives us only a few more weeks left before we have to settle in on which class we're going to main. Now might be a good time to start paying attention to all the class changes and talent revamps, in order to make sure that you have all of the information you need before you make that final fated decision. But right before we get to take a good look at the newest set of class additions in this most recent PTR build, most of you guys watching these update videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do, so let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more regular content regarding Dragonflight 10.2 or any of the future updates going forward. Before we dive into any specific class changes, take a close look at some of the new druid customizations coming with the patch 10.2. While we don't have all of the animal forms for bears, pharaohs, and even the travel forms, we do get an early glimpse at the upcoming BOOMKIN form. Right now, the only way to access these is to go to the barbershop and to randomize the hidden presets, but eventually you'll be able to select your feathers, your beard, eyebrows, your beak, decorations, and what looks like new spell animations that help adorn your feathery character. These also come with a new set of animations that are inspired by the original BOOMKIN form. The iconic dance, the movement, and the casting animations are all going to feel familiar, but every one of these are now much smoother, more whimsical, and have a bit more character than before. Let me know in the comments if these BOOMKIN forms will be enough for you to drop the glyph of stars to enjoy your brand new feathers, or are you still going to be avoiding looking like a plumped up chicken for the patch 10.2. As for our next class, the Demon Hunter, we see a few new changes within the class tree, as well as individual spec-specific changes. You will notice that the class tree looks a little bit different, with a new layout offering more variety thanks to newly established pathing options. A new talent of Champion of the Glaive offers alternatives to the original Master of the Glaive. Unleashed Power has been removed, but its original benefits are now given freely to the Chaos Nova natively. The Fodder to the Flame has also vanished, leaving Anguish flying solo as one of the class capstone options. The Havoc Demon Hunter capstones and the row above it has also been adjusted, offering very specific gates when it comes to your playstyle defining options. Chaos Theory now also shares a slot with Glaive Tempest, which offers a choice between passive single target or cleave ability value. Inner Demon shares a slot with Restless Hunter, giving you a boost of damage either when entering Metamorphosis or leaving it. Lastly, Relentless Onslaught is on the same row as Soul Scar, which gives you a Chaos Strike single target option versus the versatility of the Glaive Throw in combat. Also, the Havoc tier set has been adjusted, specifically for those of you who don't like weaving Glaive Throw as part of your rotation. Blade Dance automatically uses Throw Glaive on your primary target, and each of your slashes has a chance to toss another glaive for 35% of the damage. Throwing glaives still reduces the cooldown of your hunt by 2 seconds, and hunt's damage over time lasts an additional 6 seconds. But this week, Vengeance Tank Demon Hunter also gains additional bonuses, starting with a flat damage increase to abilities like Shear, Fracture, Soul Cleave, and even Throw Glaive. Two criminally underused Vengeance talents have also been slightly improved this week. Soul Barrier is the first of the two. Soul Barrier absorbed value has been increased by roughly 28%. A somewhat undergeared Demon Hunter in the patch 10.2 can now create a shield that protects you for 200,000 points of damage when used with a full set of souls as resources, which seems like a bit of an improvement. Then the talent of Bulk Extraction also saw similar treatment, gaining a shorter 1-minute cooldown. Its damage is still somewhat lackluster, but having a 30% heal every minute might be somewhat useful in niche high-stress encounters. Then we have the Draconic Evoker, with even more nerfs heading towards the spec of Augmentation. Ever since this buff spec has been released into the wild, they've been taking away everyone's spot within raids and dungeons. Clearly, they are a popular pick, but given the spec a unique group buff-focused playstyle has proven to be much too valuable. More efforts are being done this week to limit their scaling within raid content to make sure that Augmentation Menace is left under control. Next, we got a few smaller changes for the class that's seen the biggest revamp, the Skulkin Master of Poisons and Guile, the class of Rogue. Starting with a fan favorite of Assassination, those of you that favor deadly concoctions over bleeds will be happy to hear that both Envenom and Kingsbane has seen a bit of a buff this week, which offers a decent single target increase but also offers better cleave damage with the talent of Caustic Spatter. And spreading bleeds with indiscriminate carnage will be much easier as the talent favors targets without either Garrote or Rupture passively. For those of you who favor Outlaw, Triple Threat got a smidge more threatening with a 15% chance to strike thrice. Count the Odds chances to give you a random roll of the bones is now down to 8%, but Sinister Strike can now also generate these buffs as well. And with a Hidden Opportunity Second Ambush being nerfed by 20%, it now opens up a little bit more build pathing. If you favor the Outlaw Ambush build, that playstyle will likely remain strong going forward, but this change will likely open up a bit more viability if you prefer the good old favorite Sinister Strikes and Pistol Shots. And lastly, we have the bursty spec of Subtlety, which is gaining a bit more of a bite towards its Shadow Strike ability. The talent of Perforated Veins damage stacking now occurs after 4 backstabs instead of 5, leading to a faster build-up. And the Rotten will now empower your next 2 attacks for 35% increased damage instead of 1 attack for 50%, spreading out the bonus over a handful of abilities. And lastly, we have the Demonology Warlocks to get into, and Demonology has recently found itself doing quite a bit well with this most recent build. First things first, their newest tier set bonus has been juiced to another level. Both the Doom Brand dot from the 2 set and the Doom Fiend summon from the 4 set will now tear through your foes like it's nothing, dealing far more damage than in any of the previous updates. I know this is still very early PTR, but this could be a big enough buff to help place Warlocks towards the top of the charts, at least within dungeons. Definitely gonna give these guys a test over the weekend to see how this feels over in the Mythic Plus. Besides this beefy tier set buff, Fell Invocation and the Vile Feet combo has been nerfed by 50%, as the talent was simply overperforming even in single target encounters, and was way overshadowing the talent of Soul Strike. This nerf helps balance the 2 out to allow for more choices and options. Then we have 2 more demons that will now scale with Haste and Critical Strike. The first being the Eyes of Gul'dan, randomly summoned through the Nether portal, as well as the Pit Lord summon, which will now blast your target with a more powerful Seeker as of this newest PTR build. I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video and hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or hang out with the rest of the community to discuss some of the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.